Good morning. Greg here, burner both ends. Burner on the front end of day 3, DOE's Energy I-Core here in Lakewood, Colorado. Super excited for day 3. We get to do some more customer discovery interviews. Get to do some more deep dives on the business model canvas. And the big focus from last night's post, as you might have been able to tell, is value proposition. And so what I'm excited to say is that we have focused on one customer segment and one specific value proposition. So that's a really big milestone for us. And so I think we're making really good progress with our technology and our business model canvas. So this is very exciting. And so today we have wisdom from the opening session. So I'm here all week. Flew in on Monday. I fly out Friday in Colorado. And the whole point is just to get immersed in this lean startup model by Steve Blank, which I find fascinating. And I-Core is just the DOE and some government agencies have adopted that lean startup model, and they just call it I-Core. So fabulous instructors, really good program managers. The folks in the cohort are really working hard. I'm really enjoying the vibe and just the energy is just fantastic. So I-Core opening session day 2 in the books. Long day. This is really hard work. We're up at, we started about 8. We go to bed about 10. Well, actually, we work till about 10, 11 o'clock. Essentially, it's like being in a startup. There's infinite work to do. It's just, I guess the challenge is really figuring out what the priorities are and working on those. It's just like this model that I've been working with, which is, with organization comes clarity. With clarity comes the ability to sequence and prioritize. And with that, I can take action in the most effective way. And that's what I find this program really pushes me to do. And I'm just excited to leverage a lot of the work I've been doing and kind of focusing in here. And it's just great. And so today is day 3. So we're going to head out of the building again, do some more customer discovery interviews. We have 3 scheduled, 2 in person, 1 phone call. And the purpose of this post is I just went through my notes, found some more nuggets of wisdom just to pass on to y'all. And so hope you enjoy. So let's get into it. So yesterday, one of our interviews was with a gentleman named Tim Martinez. He's the senior program manager, City of Denver. And let me just say, I was super impressed with Tim and ridiculously impressed with what he is working on and what the City of Denver is focusing on to bring business and startups and bring this kind of culture to Denver. He laid out this model that they've been working on where they're looking to grow Fortune 500 companies in Denver, and they're going from ideation to corporate headquarters. So the full spectrum or the full continuum of companies. And so they're putting in place a lot of infrastructure to support this model. And so one of the things they have is something called the Commons on Champa. And that's where we met Tim. And this is it's an old police building that they remodeled. And essentially it's like a startup space. And they have on the first floor, and I might get this a little bit wrong, but go to the website, check it out. On the first floor, they have just literally free space for any entrepreneur to show up. They have desks and free Wi-Fi and places to do work. And he said, as long as you're not sleeping, you can stay here. And the whole point is it's just a free resource to kind of get things off the ground for an entrepreneur or a startup. So I thought that was really awesome. And then up on the second and third floors, they have more resources, more paid resources. And, just office space, conference rooms, just place to do, to get work done and to, kind of be in that entrepreneurial environment and get that spirit going so it's thriving. And then the other thing that he told us about is something called the Colorado Venture Summit. So this is at Coors Field. Got to put an S here in Coors. Coors Field. And this is over 60 startups, over 60 VCs show up. So it's like a pitch, not a pitch contest, but a pitch networking event. And it just looks really cool. And there's an evening party tonight. It's going on. I'm not sure if it's all day today, but it's going on today. And then about 6:30 to 10 p.m. there's an evening party. And so hopefully me and some of the cohort are going to show up, and we're just going to try to talk to some VCs, try to network with some folks, learn about the startup culture here in Denver, because it seems really exciting. So just super impressed with Tim, super impressed with what he's working on and his team and what they've set up. Just awesome. I mean, it's just great to see it. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, just a simple great quote for the day. about people in companies. And this is kind of part of, as we go through customer discovery, obviously we come across different types of people. And, and there's just ranking like there are A's, B's, and C's and so on and so forth. And you can kind of tell because what we're looking for is to find A's, because A's will be confident about their place in the, in the industry. They'll have no problem with telling, information, kind of like, industry specific information, almost like, I don't say like secrets, but like really intimate details about like price points and maybe margin and where the industry is going and what they're working on and who they're competing against. So whereas B's and C's are a little bit more concerned because they're not as confident. And so the quote is from Milton Chang, and I've linked his website there so you can see who he is. And it's essentially A's hire A's and B's hire C's. I'll say it again. So A's hire A's, B's hire C's. And what this essentially means is that high performance folks will want more of the same kind of high performance folks around the office. Now, a good person hires complementary people, or what the business really needs, not necessarily who they like or people like, or, like I don't want to hire people like me as far as bringing the same skill set, unless I really need them. I want to hire complementary people, but I still want to hire, in my opinion, like high performance people that are going to push me to do better, things like that. Whereas medium level folks, people that are not as confident, they're going to hire lesser people because they're afraid of being passed in the office. They don't want to be overtaken, their spot. So they have a lack of confidence. So they're going to hire people that are below them. Now, not like like in the org chart, like I'm your boss, but just from a skill set, from a performance level. So I thought that was a really cool quote. And then the last little piece here, last little nugget is just more on storytelling. And so one of the instructors just introduced this very simple framework on how to frame like a pitch or how to frame a story, and a lot of this is linked to pitches and like, business and business models, but storytelling. All right. So it's got three parts. You lay out the situation, you lay out the complication, you lay out the resolution. So I describe this scenario, obviously. I describe the pain or the problem, and then I describe how I'm going to solve it. And I have to say, a lot of other entrepreneurs I've talked to kind of talk in the same method or at the same method, not that specifically, but they say, the first thing you want to talk about is mention the problem that you're going to solve, right? Talk about like the pain or, what's wrong with the situation. And then and then you set up how your product or service solves that problem. And the whole point of this is that we want to be solving a big problem, like what they call like a shark bite versus a mosquito bite. I mean, is this a nice to have, or is this like I need to have this thing? And that's where they're pushing us in this direction of I need to have this thing, or else I'm going out of business, or else bad things will happen, or else, I'm going to get fired, things like that. So anyway, so just more on storytelling. The framework is situation, complication, resolution. So that's this morning's post. Hope you enjoyed it. Just to remind you, this whole channel is about my journey as an aspiring entrepreneur and the things I'm doing to put myself out there, out of my comfort zone, things I'm learning. And I just want to pass that wisdom on to as many people as possible. I want to be of service. So please comment down below, subscribe to the channel, let me know what you're up to. If I can help, I would love to help. Tell me about any challenges or problems or things that you're going toward, and I'd love to be of service. I've linked some motivational videos down below, so check those out. And I've also linked some great music. There's some psychedelic ambient down there, and then there's a great DJ set from DJ Sabo. I'm really into that set. And then I also have my alter ego is a drummer G Money. I write beats. They're more like beat songs, but check them out. There's a link down below. Usually I put the beat in the background of my talk, but I'm on the road. I have my Chromebook here. I don't have the software to add that nicely. So, so it sounds good. So anyway, but check out my SoundCloud page if you like the beats. There are a lot of free music right there for you. So that'll do it. So y'all go out, have a great day, inspire people, do great things, send out positive vibes into the universe, and it'll definitely come back to you. Take it easy.